National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. Next on Madden Football.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
And off we go from Denver. Muscles by at the 25. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
And he really established himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the country a season ago. 45 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions. A dynamic athlete, processes a lot of information in a short amount of time, and puts his team in a great position to win on each and every down. You don't break the NCAA record for highest completion percentage without having all those attributes, and I think that he'll translate very well in Denver.
Here's Nix to throw right away. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Nix from the shotgun. Got a man. That's little Jordan Humphrey. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a first down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. To throw, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And we're talking about one of the league's true extroverts in the quarterback position. For better or worse, he's going to throw the ball all over the field. And that aggressive approach is one of the main reasons why they went after him in free agency.
First carry for Nick Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Winston. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Here's Nix. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Jalen Darden deep for Cleveland. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Jameis to throw it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Winston. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Not much happening offensively here early on. That's 2 drives and 0 first downs. This defense, they've come to play, and they're the better of the 2 units here so far.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Denver's offense ready to go again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Again, it's Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Now it's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing Nix. Quickly into the hands of Mims.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's taken in left side by Vele. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
$3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, as they've got it as we resume action. They run again on 1st down, Chubb.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Winston now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. Nix to the air.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
The Broncos on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
The kick by Lutz is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Winston.
Into the hands of Cedric Tillman.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Winston now from the 50. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Nick Bonito
coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Winston.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Winston. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Nick Bonito.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On play action, here's Nix. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Working out of the gun is Nix. And this is going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Offensively, might be thinking what's going on here. 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That is caught, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jameis again. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Nix. They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Nix finding room at midfield. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
They'll look to throw again. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's Nix once more. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's been nothing but field goals for this offense so far, and I think this time they've said to themselves, let's put an end to that and put one in the end zone. Nice job there to pick up the conversion on 3rd down and keep this drive moving.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to the air with Nix. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams. As the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll also wind up being the final play of this first half. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Cody Barton there to bring him down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's Chubb on the read option. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
Jameis to throw it.
He'll get this complete to Tillman.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll run with Chubb. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Now Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
3rd and goal, Winston. And that is incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything, forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Hopkins' kick is good, and they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Throwing Nix. Open man is the tight end Troutman.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams pushing through the contact.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
2nd and 6.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Third and 2.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
And again, it's Chubb. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Winston from the gun on 3rd down.
Pass complete to Judy on the out route.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7. Nix to the air.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3rd and 4. To throw is Nix. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
On the counter, here's Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And a strong run there as he'll take this 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They run it again with Williams. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 98 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. The busy night continues for Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
2nd and goal from the 1. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
To throw. Here's Nix. This is caught. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Williams. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They run. It's Williams. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Javonte Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Broncos are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw is Winston.
Gets this over the middle to Tillman.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The quick slant, good for a 1st down, a gain of 12.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Winston.
Open man, that's Tillman.
Well, that'll get them to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To the air again with Winston. Flush. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Winston.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Again, it's Williams. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Here's Winston.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Winston.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Winston.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's second down.
Winston now. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Now Winston.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Jameis again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.